Welcome everyone to another video. I still don't have a name for these kinds of videos yet, but I want to be implementing more of this type of format in the later future. So if you have a name for them, let me know in the comments below. But basically, in this series, we are going to be reading an entire horror manga, chapter by chapter, page by page. And today, in this TrpyCris manga episode, we are going to be reading Ibitsu. Ibitsu was one of my favorite horror mangas back when I was starting to collect manga back in like 3 years ago. It was one of my first ever series that I've collected. I even made like a video about it 2 years ago that you guys can probably find on this channel. But this series was published in 2009 by Ro Haruto. It's about an urban legend of a young girl wearing gothic white clothing asking people questions, and if they answer, they will die. I personally really like this series. I haven't read it in, again, like literally 3 years. So honestly, I don't remember much about it, but I've seen a couple of comments saying that they want me to review this. So why not go back into memory lane and check out the series once again. But let's go ahead and get straight into chapter 1. Hey big brother, are you listening? Did you make sure to put out the trash? I did. If there's a smell, the landlady will get angry again. I'll be coming around to check sometime soon. Yeah. Jeez, mind your own business. Go find a boyfriend or something. As the boy walks down the street, he witnesses a woman with an umbrella sitting next to trash bags. The fear that's heard of in rumors wanders close by. However, you won't realize it until you encounter it. Who is she? What's she doing sitting in a trash dump at night? What's more, she's wearing a Lolita cosplay. She's creepy. Damn, I won't be able to go back without passing her. I'll ignore her. It's better if I don't get involved. I'll pretend not to see anything when I go past. She really stinks and is all dirty. Anyway, what's that liquid? Hey, did she sew that herself? It looks like she slashed her wrist. She's dangerous. I've got to hurry. Hey, do you have a younger sister? Me? I do. I've got the feeling I was asked a question just now. The boy runs off back into his apartment. Jeez, don't hang around in front of people's houses. He takes a look back and sees that the woman is gone. The next morning, damn it! I can't draw this well enough. At this rate, I won't be able to hand it in today. Kazuki, what are you so pissed off about? Goto, Miyama. I couldn't do the lettering exercise properly. Have you guys already done it? Kinda. I'm the type who doesn't do things they can't. Hey, come on, don't get so pissed off. I'm gonna give you this DVD. Clear your mind by watching it when you get home. Hey, do you understand my situation? It's alright. It's a sign of our friendship. That's cute. You're so into Hiraki-chan that you don't even need a DVD. It must be nice to have a sister like that. Nobody will be into their own little sister. Don't deny my fantasy. We're disturbing him. Let's go. See ya. Try your best. Yeah. Kazuki looks back at the DVD and it reminds him of the woman by the trash bags. Damn it. I remembered something bad. Shoot, only 10 minutes left. That night when he returns home, he grabs a bunch of garbage and puts it in a trash bag. Damn it. The trash is all piled up. Why do I keep forgetting to take it out in the morning? I can't go back to sleep. I don't want to get told off by that landlady. So I'll throw it out now. There are so many bugs because you don't put out that trash. Geez, I like to meet your parents. As Kazuki steps out of his apartment, he notices that the woman is there. It's her. She's here again. What the hell is she doing? I'll just throw it into the end of the container. I'll throw it away and hurry back. He walks behind the woman, and he throws the trash bags at the corner. When he walks away though, he hears a noise. Ow. What? Did she fall over because I threw the trash? I'm sure I didn't throw it that hard. Sorry. The woman then stands up and stares directly at him. My precious Ketchi is dirty. Ketchi? A soft toy. He's important. He's not supposed to get dirty. It's your fault for being here. Giving a soft toy a name, that's just creepy. What does she mean he's not supposed to get dirty? It was dirty from the start. Making weird accusations like that. Before he can close the door, a hand blocks it from closing. Kazuki tries to slam it shut. Hey look, he wouldn't come clean when I wiped him. Let me wash him. Huh? The woman then opens the door wide open and steps inside the apartment. Hey, don't come in without permission. What are you talking about? You got my precious Kinchi dirty. He likes being clean. Getting dirty made him stressed, so he's screaming. Hey, stop, don't shout so loud at night. I get it, you could use the washroom. Thank you, you're so kind. She goes to the bathroom and puts kimchi in the sink. Ugh, it stinks. What is that liquid? The more she cleans it, the more of that liquid starts sprouting out into the bathroom. Does that feel good? That's right, you're happy. The next day, Kazuki is talking to his two friends. It was terrible. It took me until morning to clean up that mess that Lolita woman made. Lolita? Are you serious? I really want to see. Who was she? Don't know. She was one crazy girl. If she's such a particular person, then she might have some other troubles. Call me next time she comes. I'll keep her company. You. This is pissing me off. So let's just go to karaoke on the way home and get some drinks. Alright, let's start with some visual K. Eh? It's not like you. Hey, have you heard of that urban legend? The story of the strange Lolita? At midnight, a girl dressed in Lolita appears and asks a question. Ito Kazuki from room 201 is my brother. I forgot my key. Could you lend me one? You're Ito-kun's younger sister? I've heard a lot about you. His room is such a mess. It's quite troublesome. Keeping it clean should be common sense. Jeez, kids these days. Here you go. You mustn't answer that question. If you do, that girl will come to be your younger sister. Then she'll say, I found my big brother. Finally, she'll give you a twisted death. That's creepy, but why twisted? Don't know, but isn't it scary? Hey, what you doing? Let's go. An urban legend. No way. Later that night, Kazuki walks back to his house and he sees the Lolita girl back in her usual spot. It's her. If anything happens this time, I'll beat her up. Thank you for yesterday. Kichi is happy. On the 3rd of June, you bought a gauntlet bread roll, a special pork cutlet meal, 2 cans of coffee, 1 can of Coke, and 1 can of tea. On the 6th of June, you bought a Chinese spring... This DVD. Did you think of me when you watched it? He takes a step back. Whoa! You went through my trash? Why are you doing this? Stop, what are you doing already? Don't wander around here again, you got it? And he walks off, going back into his house. Jeez, I don't believe it. That Lolita thinks going through people's trash is normal? I'm glad I confronted her. Won't hold back next time though. The room's tidy. Hiraki came in and cleaned up again without asking? She really should just mind her business. He lays in bed and then he turns off the lights. While he's sleeping, the front door opens and a shadowy figure walks in. Geez, you didn't undress. You really are a mess. You've got to put the quilt on properly. As we see that the Lolita woman is standing over Kazuki as he sleeps. You are kind. You pushed me away and you really were angry. This is love. I found my brother. And that is chapter 1. I actually didn't remember most of that. I know that there was a question asked. I know there was the woman. And I know that this guy was being haunted. But I low-key didn't even remember any of that. So we saw a panel of 2 girls talking about the urban legend of the strange Lolita girl. That if you answer her or you talk to her, then she will go ahead and haunt you. But in this story, she only goes after people who have little sisters. And this urban legend, not quite to a T, does have a bunch of resemblance to the slit mouth woman, which is a real urban legend. Well, I don't want to say real. It's an urban legend, which is cool because this could be like another iteration, another version, alternative version of the slit mouth woman. There could also be a bunch of implications of other Japanese urban legends mixed in with this one. It could just be a giant collection of urban legends that Haruto heard about and just combined it all into one entity. But let's get into chapter 2, the trespassing girl. Wow, for once this place is actually still clean. I'm so impressed. What do you mean? You're just over. Yeah, but you always clutter it up right away. Hey, what's that? Did you bring food? No, Dice, it's makeup stuff. Huh? That's useless to me. Is that how you're gonna thank your little sister? Ta-da! Mom told me to take you out to dinner. I'm saved. My food budget this month was getting tight. I figured as much, so I hit Mom up for cash. What a fine kid sister you are. Kazuki looks at the trash can and doesn't see the woman. Oni-chan, what are you doing poking around the garbage drop? Don't be gross. Gross? Come on. As we see that the Lolita woman is standing right behind him. He looks over at his little sister, holding on to Kazuki's arm. and quietly repeating the words to herself, Oni-chan, Oni-chan, Oni-chan. Suddenly, a dog comes up to her and starts barking loudly, aggressively at her. Then, the dog stops. At school, Kazuki is doing work when suddenly he is approached by one of his friends. What are you playing at, Goto? Well, I thought I'd help you get over your, PTSD or something. Liar, as he flicks over the head. Ah, her head! I went all the way to Akihabara to buy that thing. So what ended up happening with that crazy Lolita? I caught her going through my damn trash, so I shoved her and gave her a piece of my mind. She wasn't there this morning, so I think she's gone for good. Oh well, I'm glad to hear it. That's not enough to explain your strangely refreshed expression. You watched the porno I gave you, didn't you? Huh? It was awesome, right? It was one of my favorites of all time. Oh, that I tossed it. What? That's how you treat a man's friendship? That night when Kazuki is sleeping, the Lolita girl walks into the apartment. Is that you, Hikari? Did you miss the last train again? You're hopeless. There's clean sheets on the table, so just lay them out and go to sleep. The Lolita girl bites on the lipstick. Is she chowing down on something she picked up at the convenience store? Those are some serious weird noises. How is she eating? Hey, close your mouth when you eat, will ya? The Lolita girl goes up to his hanged clothes and begins to sniff it. Suddenly, his phone starts vibrating. He answers. Ugh, who's calling at this hour? Yeah, hello? Hello, Oni-chan? A phone call from Hikari? That can't be. Huh? Can you hear me? So who the heck is in my room? He gets up and he sees that the room is empty. Nobody's there. Did I somehow dream the whole thing? In the morning, damn, I'm late. Damn it, I never even got back to sleep. Before he rushes out his apartment, he sees Hikari's lipstick. Hikari sure has a weird way of putting on her makeup. Is this what high school girls are into now? Whatever, she could have at least tossed it. And he throws it away in a trash bag. The scene shifts into the market. I'll definitely be stretched thin if I don't cook for myself today. Kinda embarrassing to go to the grocery store. As he's walking the aisle, he notices the landlord. Crap, the landlord! As he tries to run away, the landlord teleports right behind him. Well, looky here. If it isn't Kazuki. Good evening. Wasn't she over there just now? Why, I'd been hoping I'd get the chance to talk to you. You've really got to stop this business, you know. Is she gonna hassle me about my room again? What a pain. My key! You need to return my key. 3 days ago, your sister forgot her key, so I let her borrow my master. Oh, for real? I'll ask her right now. You didn't already know? Well, I never. He calls up his sister. Hey, what's up, Oni-chan? Hey, I got a question for you. 3 days ago, did you borrow the landlord's key when you came by to clean? No. I didn't borrow any key. What, are you serious? And anyway, I didn't clean your room 3 days ago. The hell? What are you talking about? Then who cleaned my room that day? It's been 2 weeks since I came by to clean. Kazuki then remembers the Lolita girl. No way. Was it her? No, that can't be. Hello? Oni-chan, you there? I'm actually heading over to your place right now. I forgot the makeup I bought the other day. Makeup? Didn't you throw it away? What are you saying? Why would I even throw it away before I even used it? He then remembers the lipstick, but I could tell the lipstick had been used. He then remembers the crunching noises he heard at night. No way. I thought I was dreaming, or just half asleep. That actually happened? The reason I thought someone was eating something was cause someone was in my room. Her. Hello, Hikari, can you hear me? Hey, what about my key? What did that flaky little sister of yours have to say for herself? Hey, I'm not done talking to you. And I haven't seen my dog Sunny-chan since yesterday. If you see her, catch her for me. It's her. It's gotta be her. That damn Lolita. She snuck into my room and did that. Hikari, listen to me. Stay away from my place. Huh? But I'm already standing right in front of it. Do you see a weird-looking girl hanging around nearby? A girl? What, do you have a girlfriend or something? If so, I definitely want to see her. No, look. Something bad might be happening. Don't go to my place. Just go home. It's fine. I'll run in to get my stuff and be out in a flash. I'm already at your door. It'll be a pain to have to come again. Huh? What is it? What's wrong, Hikari? There's some kind of sound coming from your room. Don't tell me that Lolita's there. Anyway, I'm coming in. Stop, Hikari, don't do that. Hikari! The phone cuts out. She hung up. He tries to call again. The number you have dialed is not currently... You gotta be kidding me. Why wouldn't it connect? Damn it. Hikari! We cut to Hikari coming into the house. I'm coming in. The apartment is dark. Huh? Weird. It's totally dark. Nobody's home. As she shuts the door behind her. And that is the end of chapter 2. Off the bat, it's already quick with it. We don't gotta tease it a little. No one's like, oh bro, you're crazy, man. Like, nothing like that. I hate stuff like that, like in horror movies or like in horror shows or manga, any of that stuff. Is like, there's like a phenomenon that's happening to the main character and he tries telling like other people and they just don't believe him. I understand the situation about like, oh, like, why don't you want me to come into my room? Like, I'm basically already here, because that's something that like I would do. I'm like, yo, I'm already here. Just like, let me do this one thing, or like, let me just give you this one thing. Like, I'm already here, bro. He should have told her that there is like, you know, weird girl or weird stranger that likes to lurk around his like house or whatever, just to like warn her. Also, I don't know what a Lolita is. If it has to do with lolis, then it would be like a child or whatever, but I don't think the Lolita in this story is like a child. She looks more like a grown woman. Or it could just be like the fashion, like the Lolita fashion. Like Lolita is like a type of Japanese style. I looked it up, so it's basically comes from a 1955 novel of the same name, Lolita, and the book is about a man's obsession with a 12-year-old girl. Alright, perfect. I was afraid that Loli was related to Lolita. Who could have imagined? Who could have imagined that? In Japanese culture, Lolita is a positive term for a young girl who is cute, elegant, and modest. It's kind of like similar, like fashion style, just dressing up in like big poofy dresses and stuff like that. Okay. But anyway, chapter 3, the encounter with the girl. Hikari walks in and takes off her shoes. Well, that's weird. I heard a sound coming from in here a second ago. She turns on the light and comes face to face with the Lolita girl holding a knife to her face. Whoa! What? Who is this girl? And why is she holding a knife? In the background, steam is coming off of a pot. Oh, this smell? You're cooking? Okay. The Lolita just stares at her. What's up with her? Well, Onichan must know her. It'll be a pain, so just don't go. He was talking like he knew she was here, so... A girlfriend? I mean, she's not his type as far as I know. Is this like a crime scene? Lolita runaway held hostage? By my brother? I'm just gonna ask her. My name's Hikari. I'm the younger sister of the guy who lives here. And you are? The Lolita girl stays silent. So do you know my brother? Is there something you want to tell me? Like, maybe you've run away from home, or... The Lolita girl stays still. Yeah, I can see why you wouldn't want to tell someone you don't know. This girl is weird. Well, I'll get going. I'm just gonna grab my makeup. That smells really tasty, by the way. Huh? Where's my stuff? Why did he pick now, of all times, to put things away for once? If you wait, he will be here soon. As Kazuki is running away, he gets stopped at the train tracks. Damn it! You gotta be kidding me! It'll take me at least 10 minutes to get home. Come on, hurry up and let me pass. Please be okay, Hikari. Hikari and the Lolita girl sit at the table with plates of soup. 2 plates? One of them is for me, right? She didn't say anything, but I guess she's kinda welcoming me? But it smells super nasty. Does this girl really know Onichan? I'm gonna find out. As she pulls out her phone and begins to try to call him. She tries to send a message saying, Onichan, where are you right now? There's a weird girl at your place, so get over here quick. And send. Onichan, you better reply right away, please. However, the message says, unable to send. She tries it again, but it keeps on failing. Why? I've got 3 bars. Too bad, as the Lolita girl begins smiling. How? I made sure she couldn't see me sending it. So how does she know that I tried? And even that I failed? A loud crashing noise breaks the silence. Oh, the iron. Was it you? Have you been taking care of the housework lately? I'll just try to make small talk until Onichan gets back, but she stays quiet. I come over to clean a lot. Onichan's lousy at tidying up. Mom was always getting angry with him. Suddenly there was a little scrape, and Hikari thinks to herself, what is that sound? Once when we were little, he forgot to put a plastic model away, then stepped on it and broke it. He cried his head off. Now there's 2 scraping noises. There it is again. Where's it coming from? But he just won't keep things neat. He's pretty hopeless, to be honest. Then there's a loud one, and as she looks over to the Lolita girl, she is seen cutting herself with a fork. Hey, what are you doing? However, the Lolita doesn't stop and continues to aggressively stab herself in the leg. This is your fault. This is all your fault. My fault? Yes. Going on and on about your childhood memories like that. Ugh, I can't stand even thinking about it. As she goes back to stabbing herself. I can't allow a whore like you to be Oni-chan's little sister. Whore? Yes, whore. You're just crap that happened to come out of the same hole he did. You didn't even touch the soup I slaved over. You simply walked over my feelings. There's nothing worthy about you. You don't deserve to be his little sister. But on and on you went, saying such vile things about him. Some sister you are, just wanting to put him down like that? I would never say such awful things. That's because I respect Oni-chan and love him with all my heart. I mean much better little sister for him. Much better. What are you saying? You're a total stranger. Lady, you're nuts. I'm his sister. Aren't you insistent? Fine. If you're his sister, then show me one bit of sisterly virtue. Stop being so rude and eat the meal I made you. Go on, eat it. Hey, stop it. Stop. And she knocks over the plate. What is that? As we see a dog's paw fall out of the plate. You really are an awful girl. Just look at how dirty you've gotten Oni-chan's home. She picks up something from the dog's paw. Such a waste. There are only 2 of these after all. As she puts something in her mouth and then reveals it to be the dog's eyeball. Hikari screams in terror, screaming, "What is this? What are you?" She swallows the eyeball. Goodness, wetting yourself and soiling the floor? What a naughty, pathetic little girl you are. Before Oni-chan comes home, we better clean that up. As she grabs the iron. Hikari begins to try to crawl away, but the Lolita grabs her by the ankle and pulls her in and opens her legs wide open. She tries to put the iron on her private parts. As she screams, "Stop! Help me, Oni-chan!" Suddenly, Kazuki breaks in, screaming, "Hikari!" He runs up to the Lolita and kicks the iron out of her hand. "Why are you getting in my way? I'm doing this for you, Oni-chan." "Watch me, Oni-chan. Watch me take out this trash." That's it for chapter 3? Crazy. Okay. I felt like that chapter was very short. Interesting. I low-key don't even remember how it ends. I also didn't remember the freaking dog scene. Like, she really just like murdered this dog, turned him into a freaking bloody soup. Also, how could they not tell? I mean, you could tell from the drawing. I think like in manga, there's like already like a style of what blood looks like, so you could kind of tell it was like blood. But how could these people like in the story not tell it's blood? It's just a really dark red like liquid. I was going to roast this series for having a freaking panty shot. Like, why would you want a panty shot? But then they made it a part of like, oh, you like pissed yourself? Alright, let me dry that up for you. And then it's like, let me dry it up with the iron. Like, that's a crazy way of like killing somebody. Thankfully, she didn't kill her yet. I feel like she's gonna kill her later on in the series. I don't actually remember much. But let's go ahead. Let's just keep going to chapter 4. The Determined Girl. Did you just call me Oni-chan? What the hell are you talking about? There's no need to be shy. We're not like those other siblings. We've spent ever so much more quality time together. What are you talking about? I've never spent any time with you. Kazuki, help me! This girl's been acting crazy! Lolita grabs onto her hair. But you're the crazy one, aren't you? Here, see for yourself, brother. She wet herself like a baby and soiled your room. I won't allow you to subject Oni-chan to such disgusting sights and fill his head with foul memories. So I'll just have to clean it up. This disgracefulness. As she begins to kick on Hikari. Stop! What a serious look. You really don't want me to do this, do you? And you're doing it all for me. What? You're so considerate, Oni-chan. You don't want me to get my hands dirty, so you're trying to stop me. But don't worry. I'm not like her. For you, Oni-chan, I'll do anything, no matter how dirty. Oh, I hope this isn't getting too... I'll get as filthy as you want me to. Stain me, Oni-chan. I'll do anything for you. I'm not like this trash. I'm a far better little sister. As she begins stomping on her over and over, Kazuki comes in and kicks her right in the stomach, throwing her towards the bookshelf. Enough! If you don't stop, I'll stop you. Suddenly, killer intent looms over the Lolita girl. In her arm, one of the slits begins to open up, pouring blood out of her arm. It hurts. It was starting to heal, but now it's open again. But this is a present from you, Oni-chan. I'm so happy. This is one more memory we've made together. My Oni-chan hurt me, and now he's worried about me. I'm in his heart now. You can hurt me again if you want to. The more you do, the more I'll be in your heart. Look, I'll open this gash even wider. Let's make more memories, you and I. I can always sew it back up, you know. Open it. Open it. Stop it. I'm not your damn Oni-chan. The Lolita girl looks sad. Why? Why would you say something like that? She begins tweaking out. Oni-chan, why would you lie to me? Don't leave me. She begins growing cuts all over her body, and she screams out in agony as the two siblings run out. They go to the police station. Your sister was attacked by a stalker wearing a Lolita outfit? Sounds like some kind of weird urban legend. Not long ago, there was a rash of people with delusions of being targeted by a stalker. These days, when folks want to end things with a lover they're bored of, they call the cops and claim the other party is a stalker. Happens a lot. Real nice way to get rid of somebody. That's not what this is. You'll see. Just look inside. He opens the door to his apartment, but she's not there. She's gone? Did she get away? She ran off, did she? And I suppose your stalker cleaned up the evidence of her attack? No, I swear. She wasn't his girlfriend. She kept saying that she was his little sister. Hey, there are all kinds of strange relationships these days. Guess that's twisted love for you. Okay. So be a good big brother and stay out of relationships that cause trouble for your kid's sister. If you excuse me, she is a stalker. It's true. Oni-chan would never date someone like her. It's no good. The cops aren't gonna help us. It's my fault Hikari had to go through that. I've got to be more careful. Let's go home. I don't think we should come here for a while. She's gonna come back. I know it. And when she does, I'm going to finish this. As they walk out into the street, we see the Lolita girl at a pole, repeating, Oni-chan. Why? Why? It's that girl's fault. That whore is with my Oni-chan and she's ruining him. As she scratches her nails through the pole, I have to save him. Wait for me, Oni-chan. At another house, Kazuki's mom answers the phone. Yuka? Yuka-chan? Oh, Hikari's his friend from the team. Does Hikari's son happen to be home? Well, yes, she's resting in her room. She's had a bit of a rough time, so I'm letting her take a few days off. May I take a message? There's a planning meeting for summer training camp today. Hikari's the team president, so we can't start without her. Oh goodness, and on a Sunday too? I don't know if she'll be able to make it, but I'll tell her. The person that was calling Hikari's mom was none other than the Lolita girl. In the phone booth, a student handbook falls down and reveals pages of Hikari and her friend Yuka. Hikari meets up with Yuka. There's no meeting? Nope, and anyway, I didn't call you. If I did, I would have called your cell, not your house. That's weird. Maybe mom misunderstood the message. And the chapter ends with the Lolita walking up to a building with a sledgehammer. That is the end of chapter 4. Okay, really liking the direction right now. I do wonder if Kazuki is going to be doing like any investigation work on like the urban legends, maybe asking people around the city or other classmates about the urban legend, maybe stories or old newspapers, just trying to figure out more about this girl, maybe a way to kill this girl. Very, very fun next chapter. I'm expecting a whole lot of gore. I'm expecting a whole lot of bloody mess, death scenes. But I do like this. I like that a story as crazy as this one doesn't require so much gore just to be scary or creepy or be considered a horror manga. Because especially with a lot of the horror mangas that I have been reviewing, a lot of it really relied on gore and just bloody, really, really bloody kills. But it's doing something refreshing compared to all of the horror manga that's coming out nowadays. Alright, chapter 5, The Hammer Girl. We see Lolita walking through the halls, scraping the sledgehammer on the floor, catching the attention of the janitor. Strange, I could have sworn. And suddenly, the Lolita girl is shown swinging her hammer towards the janitor. At the gym, Yuka says, "Your brother had a stalker?" Yeah, she was saying weird stuff like, "I'm his little sister," and she was dressed in this grungy Lolita outfit. Oh, that sounds like the demon Lolita. What's that? It's an urban legend. A girl in Lolita clothing appears and asks passerbys a question. Would you have a little sister? What would you say if she asked you that, Hikari? Huh? Well, I'd say no, obviously. Right. But if a guy with a younger sister answers that way, she goes to murder the sister, saying he won't have you. If a guy without a sister says no, she replies, if you won't have a little sister, then I won't have you. And she kills him on the spot. We see the Lolita girl going up to the entrance of the school and locking it. Okay, so if the guy says yes, what happens then? If the answer is yes, she takes it to mean, I would like to have a little sister. So, she comes and makes herself one. If the answer is, no, I don't have one, then she just says, I'll be yours. But there's no right answer. No matter what, someone always meets a twisted death in the end. So, they say you should never answer her question. Sorry, Hikari, are you okay? I'm sure your thing is different. Yeah. Hey, Hikari, since you came all the way to school, wanna shoot some hoops to clear your head? But isn't practice over? I already got permission to stay late. Come on, Hikari, practice with me. Okay, let me just get my gym gear from the classroom. Yay! Hikari runs through the halls. Alright, it's the weekend, so all the lights are off. It's kinda scary in the dark. As she goes up the stairs, the Lolita girl follows her. Yuka is shooting hoops in the gym when suddenly the Lolita girl opens up the door. Can I help you? Hikari, where? Where is she, she's not here. That's not true. That girl is such an idiot. She definitely came to school. Wait, are you the stalker who attacked her? Stalker? What are you saying? I'm his little sister. Yuka walks up to her and slaps her. You sound like a crazy person. I don't care who you are, what you're doing is stalking. If you don't get that, you need professional help. You're making trouble for people, understand? It's your fault Hikari's suffering, so stay away from her. Am I making myself clear? Now get the... Before she could finish, the Lolita girl slams the sledgehammer towards her knee. She starts screaming in agony. Hikari's an idiot, and so too is her friend. Me? A stalker? You poor thing. Your heart is so twisted that the world around you looks so twisted too. As she tries to crawl away, the Lolita girl continues. Are there any other parts of you so twisted, I wonder? Oh, that hand. The filthy hand that dared to shove me. Oh dear, it's quite twisted too. Let me fix it for you. And she goes and slams on her finger with the sledgehammer. Still twisted. Twisty, turny, twisted. Ever so twisted. That's much better. Let's even you up and fix the other side too. Dear me, even your mouth is dreadfully twisted. Although I suppose it is the mouth that shouted those nasty things at me. Let's see to it, shall we? Once we've got you straightened out, you'll be just the cutest. As Yuka begs for her to stop, the Lolita girl swings her sledgehammer at her jaw. Hikari, with her uniform on, walks into the gym. Yuka, sorry I made you wait, but the gym is empty. Huh? What happened to the lights? Yuka? She finds Yuka's glasses all shattered. Then she notices Yuka in the dark shadows. Yuka, geez, don't scare me like that. Hey, what happened to your glasses? She walks up to her. Hey, what's wrong? Are you okay? Should I call some... Before she could finish, her head twists off. Hikari is shocked and she starts shifting backwards. Hikari... Come on, play with me. Let's play tag. I'll be it, okay? And that is the end of chapter 5. I got a little glimpse of chapter 6 and I don't like what I saw. Pretty gnarly sledgehammer shot to the knee and a little tease of the little shot to the chin. No gore, no gruesome gore at least. I'm not mad at it. It's keeping us like imagining the actual graphic, like how graphic it is. It's successfully freaking me out, low key. I like this. I like this a lot. I can remember now. I'm remembering why I actually really liked this series back in the day. But now, chapter 6, The Chasing Girl. She closes the door behind her, leaving Hikari in the middle of darkness as she begins laughing across the entire gym. What are you looking at? I'm right here. No, over here. I said, I'm right here. The Lolita girl rips a piece of Hikari's shirt as she falls down. Now I see it. Now I see just where you're twisted, Hikari. Look, see? I made Yuka all better. She's a good girl now. She's pure and clean. I'll fix you too, Hikari. You want to be a good girl, don't you? As she swings her claws at her. Hikari begins running away as their little game of tag has officially begun. Hikari tries to run over to the entrance, but the doors have been locked down. As Hikari looks back, she sees the Lolita girl swinging her sledgehammer back and forth, saying, "Wait for me, Hikari." She continues running and barges into the janitor's room, seeing the distorted, bloodied up body of the janitor. The Lolita girl appears behind her and she swings, but she misses. Hikari continues to run as the Lolita girl taunts her, going on the school speakers saying, "You won't get away. You won't get away." Hikari barges into the biology room and begins to hide. The Lolita girl walks in and begins searching for her. "I know you're in here. Where could you be? Where are you, Maybe she's not here after all. Kichi, you just sit and wait here," as she places the doll directly in front of Hikari. "You see, Kichi, she's just so twisted, that girl. That's why she's so very awful to the people around her and it hurts them." As clanging starts echoing through the room. "What's that sound? She hurt me quite a lot too. Yes, quite a lot. Quite a lot. So I'm going to give her a taste of how much pain she caused me and how much pain she caused Oni-chan with a world of hurt." As she begins diabolically laughing. "Alright, that's enough practice. Time to go, Kichi. Time to catch her," as she stabs the knife onto the desk where Hikari is hiding. As soon as the Lolita girl leaves the room, Hikari gets out of hiding, and she looks over and she sees a fake body with a bunch of stab wounds. I've got to get out of here. I can still make it out. I have to get out of here right now." But as soon as she opens the door, the Lolita girl swings her hammer and hits Hikari in the foot. "Got you, Hikari. Hey, let's play hide and seek next. I'll count to 10, okay? 1, 2, 3, as she is limping towards the hallway. Ready or not, here I come." Hikari is hiding in the bathroom, but a trail of blood follows. She's hiding in one of the stalls saying, "I can't move. What am I gonna do?" She reaches for her phone, but all of her trembling causes the phone to fall. When she goes to reach it, the Lolita girl is staring at her under the stall. The girl begins crawling on top of the stall, entering in saying, "Found you." Hikari then says that she's sorry, and the Lolita girl says, "Whatever are you apologizing for? You only did one unforgivable thing. You were born my Oni-chan's little sister." As she grabs onto Hikari's face and begins laughing diabolically. She begins dragging her by the hair as she pleads for it to stop. When she is out of sight, it pans over to the cell phone, saying it's calling Oni-chan. And that is the end of chapter 6. And that is the end of volume 1. Yeah, there's 2 volumes in here. So that's the end of volume 1. Interesting so far. Again, not much gore. We did see a little bit of gore with the janitor, and now from what I said in the beginning, I remember what I said in the beginning, that Ibitsu means twisted or distorted, so it makes sense that all of the kills are actually twisted and distorted. Like Yukura's neck is completely twisted up, reminds me a lot of the Crooked Man. And then we also see it now with the janitor, that the janitor also has like the twisted up neck, like the crooked neck. It's kind of interesting. I didn't notice that the first time reading it, but now it makes a whole lot of sense now. Really interesting like key details that I didn't notice. I'm excited for it. Now it's kind of cool. I like this direction of not showing gore, because with not showing so much gore, eventually when it does, it just makes it such a bigger impact. It makes such a big impact in the actual story. Now the next chapter is actually a side story. It's chapter 6.5. So there's a 6.5 and there's a 13.5. So in total there's 15 chapters. Okay, we'll do all 15 chapters. Let's do it. We see 2 girls jogging in the schoolyard. "Hey Kari, isn't that noise kinda weird? You think? I figure it's just the trees." "I guess." "Hey you kids, stop lagging and running." Good one, right? Did I sound like our musclehead gym teacher or what? "Yuji, freaked you out, huh?" "I wasn't freaked out, and you didn't sound like him." "Hey you guys," is more like it, right? Hell, Corey's is better than mine. "It's a tragedy we got practice every day of summer vacation. I just want to do something fun." "I know. We should test our courage." "Test our courage with what?" There's an abandoned building by the freeway that's supposed to be haunted. That sounds fun. Let's do it. Yuki, I thought you hated stuff like that. It's fine. I want to go. Okay, let's get this show on the road. The four of them reach the abandoned building. Whoa, this place totally has a vibe. Yeah, it seems dangerous. Still, seems like there's a lot of couples here. Mostly punks. Better not make eye contact. Hey, I think there's a spot over there where we can get in. They look at a boarded window and tick off the planks. Wow, this place is a wreck. Was there a fire or something? They look over and there's a burnt body on the ground. Ugh, is that a body? Calm down, man, it's just a doll. That's what you get for scaring me, as he kicks over the doll. This building used to be owned by a famous doll maker named Mikasai, as he points his flashlight towards a row of dolls. The story goes that Mikasai burned himself alive. Guess the rumor's right on the money. Ugh. Hey Satoshi, you're making Cory cough. And anyway, you promised you'd stop smoking. Sorry, Come on, Yuki, don't be like that. Hey guys, don't fight. So, how are we gonna test our courage? It's a little scary, but let's split into pairs. The goal is to get to the top floor and write our names on the wall. Sound good? Okay, I'm starting from here with Yuki then. See you at the top. As the two groups split off, Satoshi and Yuki pair up and walk around the hallway. It's so scary here. I just know we're gonna see a ghost. If you hate it so much, why'd you even come? Well, there's kind of an urban legend about this place. Yeah, what's it say? They call it the Wall of Happiness. If a couple writes their names on the wall on the top floor, they'll be happy together forever, supposedly. Cory broke up with her boyfriend recently, and she's been having a hard time. So I want to help her get over him. Yuji likes Cory, right? So I'm hoping the urban legend will get them off a good start. Gotcha, but aren't you a little young to be playing matchmaker? With the other group, we hear Yuji's thoughts. Thank you, Yuki. It's gonna be easy to tell Cory I'm into her now, and haunted places are just perfect for doing this and that. As he's walking, he trips on a doll and lands directly on Cory's breast. He apologizes, but she grabs his hand and puts it on her chest, saying, I want you. Yuji is shocked. For real? As there's someone standing behind him. I wonder how it's going. Hey, do you wanna Yuki interrupts him. Come on, Yuki, we've been going out for 6 months. Isn't it time to trust me a little? How can I? You broke your promise to quit smoking, didn't you? Anyway, just keep an eye out for ghosts. Out of nowhere, they hear a loud scream coming from another room. Was that Cory just now? The hell? Did Yuji jump her or something? They run over and see Cory on the ground bleeding. Cory, are you okay? Hey, what happened? Where's Yuji? I don't know. Just this dark thing came at us and She points towards the stairs where there's a trail of blood heading towards the top. No way. Was it a ghost? Hell no, it's gotta be one of those punks from before. Let's go look for him. They go up the stairs and the room is filled with dolls. Dang, where the hell did Yuji go? These dolls look like they're about to move. They're freaking me out. They're ultimate dolls, that's why. What's that? Apparently, Mikasai lost his wife in an accident and it changed him. And he started talking to his friends about it. Humans love. It's all so fragile. So fleeting. I'll make something eternal. And until the day he committed suicide, he worked tirelessly on the ultimate doll. Don't talk about that stuff now, jeez. As she goes into another room, she sees a real body stripped from its skin. What is that? What the hell is that? I'm sure it's just a doll. What is it? What is this place? This is the only room without any dolls. They hear creaking from the roof, and as they point their flashlights up, they see a bunch of dolls ripping off Yuji's skin. Yuji begins moving and whispers, "Run." The dolls then begin chasing after them. Cory calls out, "Yuki, this way!" Satoshi then presses a button that closes the gate, trapping all the dolls inside. One doll peeks to the gate a little bit and tries crawling under it. Damn it, it's not holding them back! As they run up to the roof. As the dolls keep looking for them, they hide in a room. Looks like they left. What is this? Why are the dolls attacking us? Hell, if I know, we just have to get out of here. Ow, it looks like I hurt my leg. I can't run like this. I'm gonna go get help from out front. You two just sit tight and lay low here. What? No, I can't. It'll be fine. I run the 200-meter dash. That ought to be fast enough to lose those guys. Anyway, I gotta earn your trust somehow, right? I promise. I'll be back soon and we'll write our names on that wall. Satoshi then runs out of the room looking for help. Satoshi, please make it back okay? Alright, Cory, is your leg okay? We should brace it. She turns around pointing her flashlight, revealing a wall filled with couples' names. What? What is this? Oh, their names. Oh, this must be the Wall of Happiness. She looks over and she sees Corey's name. That's your name. Corey, have you been here before? Yes, I have. With my old boyfriend, Corey. We wrote our names on the wall, so we'd always be together and happy. But we could not. Her boyfriend soon accepted happiness. But Corey left her boyfriend. She ran. She fought back. Her boyfriend was a beautiful doll, but she burned him. She was awful. But Corey's skin became mine in the end, and I became her. But look at me now. This would not do at all, as she begins taking off her clothes and ripping her skin off, revealing a doll, saying, "So give me your skin." The doll jumps on her and begins ripping off her clothes. "Give me your skin," as the doll begins ripping skin off of her back. "Next, I will become you." Yuki sees a lighter nearby and she reaches for it, grabbing it and forcefully putting it into the doll's mouth. The doll then begins to burn from the inside, and it collapses on the ground. I'm saved. Satoshi's lighter saved me. Suddenly there's banging on the wall. "I'm back, open up." Yuki runs over to the door and opens it. "I came back just like I promised. Now let's go write our names on the wall, so we can be together forever." And it is revealed that Satoshi has become a doll. Over there, don't you think that couple looks really happy? They've been like that ever since they did the urban legend thing at the old building. Hey, we should check it out, don't you think? That is the end of the side story. Okay, interesting side story. Pretty interesting. Has nothing to do with like the main story, but does have a connection towards like another urban legend. It's just like, I'm guessing the next side story is gonna be related to another urban legend, but I mean the side story is cool. It's cool. There you go. That's officially the end of volume 1. So, but before we get to the next part, I just want to say that we now have a Discord server. So if you guys want to talk about your favorite series, get recommendations, and just connect with some like-minded fans of mine, then this is the server for you. We'll soon be hosting live community events like games, live reactions, and live readings only on the Discord server. So if you want to be involved in this, then why not scroll down and join our community. Also, we just opened up a Patreon, so if you guys want early access videos, uncensored videos, and just to support the channel in general, then why not go ahead and check out the Patreon. But back to the video. Interesting. Now let's go into the actual official 7th chapter, The Girl Behind the Door. At Kazuki's apartment, he is trying to call Hikari, but she doesn't answer. What's going on with Hikari? Wonder if that Lolita is gonna show up again. Yeah, I wonder. If she only appears when Goto's not around, that poor bastard is gonna be heartbroken. What good is a friend who has to work at a time like this anyways? We'll be fine on our own. You changed the locks, right? It's not like she can get in now. Miyama, who is that girl in the first place? Do you think? Can't think of anyone it could be. Maybe an ex, or a younger classmate? Someone who might turn into a stalker? I got nothing. What are we supposed to do without any leads, man? Found it. Huh? Found what? As Miyama is on a website called Urban Legends, with a tab, Demon Lolita. I remember hearing some high school girls talking about an urban legend involving a girl in Lolita clothes. I figured there might be something on the web about it. On the website, the description says a girl wearing a Lolita outfit appears near a garbage drop and asks, "Would you have a little sister?" If the victim answers the question, it is said that the Lolita will somehow become the victim's little sister. You can't answer yes or no, since she comes for you either way. Is there anything else about her? Come on, man, chill. They hover over a button that says Personal Experiences of Terror. Might as well have a look. Several years ago in a city, a bizarre death at the garbage drop. The victim was a friend of mine. That's right, something like this did happen. I think they ruled it a suicide after all. As they keep scrolling, a month before he died, my friend told me a weird story. He said he met a girl at a garbage drop late one night. He asked if she was alright, but she just asked him another question back. Would you have a little sister? My friend didn't really understand her question, so he replied, no, I don't. The next day, the harassment began. She would call him over 1,000 times daily and force herself into his place, demanding to wash her filthy stuffed animal. That's exactly what happened to me. She showed up over and over again saying they'd be together forever because she was his little sister. Then, the day after, I got a message from my friend saying he'd refused her. He turned up by the garbage drop, hanging by the neck. My friend tried going to the police, but there was no witnesses who'd seen her, so they just didn't take him seriously. But I still don't believe he killed himself. So the Lolita did something to him? Hey, look at this! Burned himself to death. jumped in front of a car. Everyone who said no to her is dead. Kazuki, what was your answer? I said yes, that I have a sister. What happens to guys who say yes? Tell me what it says. Nothing. No one said yes. No way. So what's going to happen to me? Suddenly, the power goes out. A blackout? Dang, why now? Suddenly, the doorbell rings. Is that her? Kazuki goes up to the door and looks over the peephole to see the Lolita. She tries to open the door, but when she can't, she begins banging and scratching on the door. Why? 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 Why would you change the locks and not tell me? Kazuki grabs a bat and she whispers through the door, "Open up, please let me in." He goes to open the door, but then the lights turn back on and the phones begin to ring. The hell is this? At the door, she is whispering, "I know you're there. Let me in." Damn. Stop! All the victims we read about died. All of them. If it's true, then they weren't suicides. They were murdered. Don't risk it. Don't open that door. She begins banging on the door, saying, "Why are you being so mean? Your little sister has come to see you. Let me in." As the banging of the door gets louder and louder, repeating the words, "Let me in. Let me in." Then suddenly, it just stopped. It's quiet. Then a blaring scream appears outside the door. When people are mean to me, I sometimes get confused. And when that happens, my Onichan always disappears. It's happened over and over. So please don't be mean to me anymore. Promise me. Oh, now I'm all filthy because you were so awful to me. I can't let my Onichan see his little sister like this. Don't forget your promise. Is she gone? Kazuki looks over the peephole. She's gone. I guess she just left. He opens up the door but sees a puddle of blood on the ground. What the hell is that? Hours later, the two begin scrolling the web. Kazuki, I don't know if this is helpful, but look what I found. We see a chat form saying, from 63, I wonder if that's true. 64, Abyss, I remember seeing a girl in a Lolita dress going into the K-Metal Hospital a while back. 65, Mansion Yokohama. Yeah, I saw her too. It's not much to go on, but what do you think? As Kazuki begins remembering, my Onichan always disappears. Let's go and see. Maybe we'll find some answers. That is the end of chapter 7. I've read this series before. I low-key just don't remember any of this, but I predicted it. They started doing their research, and now they found out a clue about the hospital. So now they're about to go do Scooby-Doo hunting and go straight into the hospital, which I'm excited to see as well. There's no mention of the sister. They tried calling her and she didn't answer, so he's just like, oh, whatever, I guess I'll go do something else, knowing that she is a full target. But alright, let's go to chapter 8, the girl in the hospital. So this is the mental hospital, huh? It's kind of creepy. What's with the camera, Goto? If that Lolita shows up, I want to get it on film. If the cops need proof, right? But I don't really want her to show. Maybe here, I can find out something about that freaking Lolita. Alright, let's go. They walk into the abandoned hospital. The vibes in here are nuts, man. Hey Lolita, sweetie, your beloved Onichan is here for you. Hey! Yeah, did I scare you? Hey! Anyway, let's start with the hospital rooms. They walk down the hallway. Ugh, it reeks of mildew in here. Ow! Hard as hell to walk around too. They go up to a door. Steel bars. As they open it up, they see a hospital bed and scratches on the wall. Whoa, are those scratch marks? They pan their flashlight over to a bunch of drawings. The hell is this? Creepy as crap what it is. Hey Miyama, do you think that story was true? The one we read online? Well, there are always reports of hospitals getting shut down because of a murder. A murder? What are you talking about? A few years ago, a doctor employed here had some kind of psychotic break, and he apparently started stabbing people in the hospital to death. They say he committed suicide after that. Whoa, creepy. Knock on wood. Hey, there's something in this room. The camera pans over to a table. A body bag? Doesn't look empty, does it? Don't be weird. Let's check the next room. As they begin to exit, the body bag begins rattling. What was that? Goto, no! Knock it off! Goto walks up to the body bag and it begins shaking violently. Whoa! the body bag falls on the ground and it turns to them, revealing an eyeball. This freaks out the group and they begin running out. What was that? What the hell was that? Goto, wait! Miyama isn't with us. We have to go back. Wait, Kazu... Goto is left alone in the hallway and is suddenly grabbed into the next room, with the camera falling and it turning off. Kazuki is calling out to Miyama. Damn, all these hallways look the same. Which room were we in? Hey Goto, do you remember which one it was? He turns around and he's all alone. Goto? Hey, stop screwing around. Goto? Miyama? Where are you guys? Say something. Suddenly, a white figure appears behind them, but when he turns around, she disappears. I swear, someone was... Miyama? Goto? Is that you? Suddenly, the Lolita girl appears and he begins screaming, but it turns out to just be a white cloth. I thought it was her. Anyway, I gotta find them. But suddenly, is crawling on top of him, and she peeks down and makes complete eye contact with Kazuki. He turns around and she's gone. Damn, what's wrong with me? That Lolita has me pissing myself. He hears something from a doorway and he looks over and the Lolita girl is in the room, whispering, Oni-chan. Kazuki runs towards the hallway with every room filled with a Lolita girl. Multiple arms start stretching out trying to grab onto him, repeating the words, Oni-chan. Kazuki finds a room and he barricades himself in. Damn, what the hell is wrong with me? Calm down. It was a hallucination. Just calm down. Behind them, there's a figure in the corner. He turns around quickly and finds a black wall. He takes a closer look and finds that the black parts of the wall is just the words Oni-chan written over and over on top of each other. And that is the end of chapter 8. I like low-key, I like the cam footage. I really did like that. I wish they had it more often. I also like this aspect that is like, he's going insane, so we don't know if this is like it's a hallucination or is like there's actually like a ton of them. Honestly, this urban legend doesn't seem like all that powerful in a sense. The Lolita girl could have just easily been like wizard, like all powerful being. This Lolita girl is like more human. So maybe all of this is just like a local urban legend, like something that only happens in their town, which makes a lot of sense. And it just backs up the theory that the Lolita girl is more just of like a psychotic murderer, serial killer than like an actual demon. I low-key really like that aspect. Not everything has to be a freaking magical girl. As you can see, I'm still haunted PTSD from the Magical Girl Apocalypse series that I just covered. And we're almost done. We're about to start chapter 9, The Girl Inside the Memories, which is a crazy title. As he stares at the wall, he notices nails piercing at the wall. He pans his flashlight at a desk and checking the drawer, he finds a notebook. What's this? A doctor at this hospital? As the notebook says, a clinical psychologist, Tanabe. I've started treating patients connected to criminal cases. I've decided to keep this diary for clinical usage in the future. June 5th, 20 whatever. Let's just say 2025. Let's just say 2025. Nah. June 5th, in the 2000s. Rainy. The patient's name is Ramina Kanbei, age 11, the sole survivor of a massacre at a house in Cape Prefecture. The Cape Prefecture massacre, a boy age 15 murdered his mother, father, and grandmother in their home with a hammer before committing suicide. The girl witnessed the entire incident. The shock has left her with moderate memory loss and significant psychological damage. Physical examination of the girl revealed extensive bruising and scarring, which according to the police investigation was the result of long-term domestic abuse inflicted by her own older brother. Ramina, shall we get you changed into some nice clean clothes? I'm fine, but those are so dirty here. Ramina then smacks his hand and runs towards a corner. This is how little sisters are meant to look. That's what my Oni-chan said. So I'm fine like this. The girl never removed her clothes after that, so I was forced to observe her as she was. What brutality has she suffered? This Ramina girl, is this the Lolita's true identity? He flips through the page. June 7th, 2000s, Rainy. In order to facilitate communication with the girl, I decided to eat with her. The bruising around her mouth made it difficult for her to chew with her mouth closed, and she often made a mess. Hey, don't spill your food like that. She then gets on her knees and starts apologizing. I'll clean it right up, and begins licking the mess. Stop! What are you doing? Whenever I have an accident, Oni-chan disciplines me. I don't want to eat any more garbage. Garbage? He said girls who acted like trash deserved to eat it. No matter how much I threw up, he made me swallow it down. My tummy hurts so much every day. I'll be a good little sister, a cute little sister. I'll be a perfect little sister for Oni-chan. So don't discipline me, please. Don't. The abuse she suffered has been craved into her soul. I have no idea how long it might take for her to recover. June 19, 2000s. Rainy. In order to learn more about the circumstances surrounding the massacre, the police have ordered Ramina to undergo a hypnotic regression. Ramina, where were you on May 23rd? The closet. Why were you in a place like that? Because I was scared. Oni-chan was doing horrible things to mommy and daddy. I could hear all these strange sounds. He stopped moving. We see through Ramina's perspective a shadowy figure bashing on some bodies when he stopped, and he turns his head towards the closet, and he reaches his hand out towards Ramina. Ramina falls to the ground screaming, "Hey, what is it?" as she begins crying, saying, "Stop, don't pull them out." And she begins cutting herself with her nails on her cheeks. "That's enough, damn it, what have you done? Ramina, wake up!" "Oni-chan, don't say you don't want a little sister anymore. I know that when you hit me, Oni-chan, it's my fault. It's because I'm a bad little sister. I'm sorry. You had to do such terrible things because of me. I'll try harder. I'll be a good little sister. So please, don't say you don't want me. Please." "I would never say that." "Doctor, would you have a little sister?" So long as her Oni-chan remains in her mind, this girl will continue to suffer. The doctor then picks her up and begins hugging her. "Starting today, I'll be your Oni-chan." We then cut to the present day as there's a twisted up body in a bathtub, and we see Ramina stitching up her arm again, singing little bird, in a little basket." June 25th, 2000s. Sunny. "There was an incident at the hospital. You've really improved, Tommy-san. We'll be able to discharge you soon." "Thank you. It's all thanks to you, doctor." Suddenly, Ramina then appears behind her. "What are you doing with her?" "It's because I'm a bad little sister, isn't it?" "What are you talking about? She's just a patient." That night, Tommy-san killed herself. For just an instant, the idea flashed through my mind that Ramina might have done something. I'm sorry if I was a good little sister. I'd be able to comfort you, Oni-chan, but I'm useless. But no, that was absurd. There's no way this girl could have done such a thing. Thank you, it's alright. Such thoughts would never help me build trust with her. I had to work harder. In the present, we see her replacing her fingernails. Look, Kichi, they're so pretty again. I found new fingernails that fit just right. Now then, let's go and find Oni-chan. As she walks through the halls singing little bird, in a little basket. July 8th, 2000, cloudy. The girl's illness is only worsening, as we see Ramina cutting herself. I'm sorry, I'm a dreadful little sister, just dreadful. What are you doing? Stop that. On my days off from the hospital, I hear she spends the entire day writing on the walls of her room, as though doing penance. In order to save this girl from her obsessions, it may be necessary to make her wish come true. Her wish? Suddenly, a voice could be heard outside the door. Yoo-hoo! Don't look now. Who's there behind you? And that is the end of chapter 9. Okay. I'm starting to remember why I actually really like this series. But let's go into chapter 10, The Mad Girl. Hey, Oni-chan? I know you're in there. You remember your promise, don't you? If you've forgotten, I wonder what will happen to your precious pals. Kazuki then opens the door and she appears face to face with him. Do you know where Miyama and Goto went? Who are they? I don't know them. Hey Kichi, did you see? Oni-chan kept his promise. I'm so happy. And I'm so glad I get to look pretty for him this time. Your name is Ramina, isn't it? What happened to you a long time ago was terrible. And I'm really sorry about everything you've been through. So Keiichi, today my Oni-chan and I, whatever it is you want from me, it won't change anything. If you want, I'll help you look for that doctor, Tanabe, right? So please. But suddenly she begins shaking. Why? Would you say something so hideous? You're trying to push me away? How could you even think about something like that? I just want to be with you, but you've gone and betrayed me yet again. Wait, I didn't... but suddenly she charges straight at him, but he pushes her away. She charges in again and bites on his arm. "Get off me!" Using his flashlight, he bangs on her head. "I said, get off me! Damn you!" Hitting her hard enough for her to collapse. "I'm just trying to help you, damn it. So why do you have to make me suffer like this? If you're gonna keep getting in my face, I'm turning you over to the police right now." Suddenly, he is stabbed in the leg with a needle. He falls to the ground while Romina gets up. "I told ya, when you're mean to me, I get confused. See? The inside of my head is turning all white. Everything's gonna get all confused again." Again? You see, my last Oni-chan held his melon stuck in the oven when I came to, and it was just sizzling away. Pop! Splurt. It smelled so good. Just sniffing it made me feel a lot better. So I sniffed and I sniffed till he was all burnt up. So it was her. At this rate, I'll be next. He tries reaching for the flashlight, but his body begins turning numb. She sits on top of him. It feels awful, doesn't it? Whenever I've had an episode, they shot me up like that all the time. Ooh, I can't hold back anymore. I wonder what's gonna become of today's Oni-chan, As she chokes him out even harder, she begins demonically laughing. She begins piercing his neck with her nails. "Oni-chan, you're so warm inside. It feels so good." Oh, that was so uncomfortable to read and say out loud. That is wild. "I'm mixing with you and becoming one with you, Oni-chan. We're becoming one. This is bad. I'm blacking out. I'll make a mess out of you, just like you did to my wish." Her wish? And then he remembers the journal. In order to grow from her obsessions, it may be necessary to make her wish come true. "Don't do this. You can't. After all, you're a good little sister." Then suddenly, she stops. "I'm a good little sister? You're always thinking of your Oni-chan and doing whatever you can for him, aren't you?" She then gets angry and begins choking him. "Even when other people didn't understand and they hurt you, you always just did your best." She stops and he begins to hug her. "You're a perfect little sister." She then gets off him and says, "I'm so glad that you're my Oni-chan. Thank you, Oni-chan." And she leaves the room. And that is the end of chapter 10. Crazy. Okay. So I wonder what happens now. Is he just gonna now like chase after her? Is he gonna like interrogate her? Maybe like just trick her into playing into this like big brother role? Oh, and I forgot. So his body turns numb, right? And then he just blacks out. Apparently he blacks out. He's unconscious. He's knocked out. He doesn't know what he's doing right now. Okay. All right. Chapter 11, The Girl of Nightmares. I've been like recording for like it's about to be almost 3 hours, which is insane. Because this video max will probably be like an hour or something. Kazuki wakes up. "Good morning, Oni-chan," as his leg is about to be amputated. "You see, I want to be with you forever. That's why I need to make it so you can never leave. Don't worry, that injection should keep you from feeling any pain." As she continues chopping as he screams out, "No." However, it was all just a dream. "This is my house? Oh, I guess I'm safe. Oh, I guess after I got hurt, Miyama and Goto carried me out of there." He gets up and he begins limping. Dang, feels like whatever that Lolita shot me up with is still taking a toll. I need to get to a doctor. He goes out and he sees Hikari's room. I better tell Hikari what happened. "Hey Hikari, I'm coming in." As he opens the door, he walks in to find nobody there. Guess she's not home yet. He goes downstairs and he sees his parents. "Oh, Kazuki, you're finally awake. It's almost dinner time." "Don't give me that. Having your friends drag you home in the middle of the night like that? You gave me such a fright. And Hikari stayed out all night too. She still hasn't called. Honestly, you kids." "What are you grinning at? What were you up to last night anyways?" "Out with it." I'll explain later. I'm gonna go wash my face. This is just like always. My normal life is back. It's over. Miyama and Goto really came through for me. I'll have to treat him to dinner or something. I gotta tell Hikaru too. She gets scared easy after all. As he washes his face, he sees Romina standing right behind him. "Good day, Oni-chan." He turns around. "You? How? So it's not over." "Over? What are you saying? Brothers and sisters are never over. They are forever." He tips over a shelf. "Damn you!" And he runs out of the room. As he goes to the kitchen, he screams out, "Mom! The police! Call the police!" But his mom doesn't do anything. As he walks closer, He sees that his mom is face first into boiling water. Suddenly a golf ball rolls over to his hand and he sees a golf club stab straight through his father's jaw. They deserved it. When I carried you here, Oni-chan, these people called me your friend. I made your wish come true, didn't I? So why? Yeah. And I was ever so happy you finally recognized me as your little sister. And now, I'm the only one. The realization that his sister is dead quickly kicks in, and he grabs a vase and smashes it on the top of her head. He tries to crawl away, but Romina grabs onto his ankle. Hey, Oni-chan, didn't mommy and daddy teach you to take care of your little sister? They did they not? But instead of protecting your little sister, you went and threw a flower vase at me? You ought to be ashamed of yourself, Oni-chan. So that you never do such a thing again, I'll have to discipline you. She grabs a pair of scissors and stabs him in the ankle. He begins screaming as he bleeds out. Now, it's your turn to become the perfect big brother. That is the end of chapter 11. Okay, pretty short. Still very shocking and very impactful. See, this is what I was talking about, like having the gore and like gruesome scenes now. It makes it so much more impactful. It makes it more shocking than just constantly having it every single chapter, every single scene type beat, you know what I mean? But we're almost done. We're literally 4 chapters away to finishing this series, and we're going to continue on with chapter 12, The Girl That Imprisons. I haven't seen Ito-san at all recently. Her boy Kazuki's back from school. She must have her hands full. What do you mean? He makes these odd moans at all hours. And that window? Yikes. I wonder if everything's okay. We see inside the house there are 2 locks, all the windows are boarded up, and Kazuki is in his bed drawing something, with his arm injured. We see him drawing a picture of Romina. As she comes up from behind her, that's crap. He gets scared and he falls. You don't see me as I am at all. If you truly understood your little sister's pure, sincere heart, you'd never draw her as so dirty and ugly. A perfect Oni-chan would draw me right. Time for some discipline. She walks over with a stapler, pulling up his eyelid. The truth is, I don't really want to do this, but you're going to art school, so I know you can do better than that. I really love you, Oni-chan. As she staples the top of his eyelid, he screams in agony, and Romina says, this way, they'll stay open. Maybe now you'll be able to see me a little better. Let's have dinner. I'll go make something. As she leaves the room. She's insane. If this keeps up, I'll be... He charges at the windows. He tries to remove the boards. If I could just get these damn boards off, I could get out of here. He tries ripping off the nails, but he couldn't. Chipping off his own fingernails. It's working. It's coming out. Suddenly, his finger is crushed by a hammer. Why? I help you practice your art. I fix your meals. I did all of this for you, Oni-chan. So why would you do this to me? This has to stop. What's so fun about hurting me this way? I hate it. I hate it. As we see a woman walking up to the house, checking on the neighborhood. Kazuki is collapsed on the ground, bleeding. I can't even walk properly now. Will I ever escape? What the hell am I gonna do? He looks over at his pants and finds the doctor's journal. He finds a bloody page and rips it off, reading July 11th, 2000. Clear. Today she engaged in self-harm once again, motivated by her self-recrimination. As a stopgap measure, I decided to grant her wish. I told her, Romina, you're the perfect little sister. She stopped harming herself and smiled a joyous smile, the likes of which I've never seen from her. July 15, 2000. I was wrong. Her wish was not to become the perfect little sister. It was to become perfect siblings. She locked me away in a room in an abandoned ward and is forcing me to undergo what she calls discipline. I was rash. She should have never been admitted as a patient. July 20. I've called out for help, but nobody has noticed. August 1st. My 4th escape attempt has failed. She seems to see through my every plan. There is no escape. The next page is August 15, with only one word, she, as it seems that the doctor has gone mad. A few years ago, a doctor employed here had some kind of psychological break, and he apparently started stabbing people in the hospital to death. They say he committed suicide after that. That rumor, was it about this doctor? He begins curling up and he starts laughing maniacally at himself. Downstairs, Romina is watching static on the TV. Goodness, look at the time. Time for dinner, as she grabs a trash bag. She goes up and unlocks the room to see Kazuki painting. I made a new drawing. Would you take a look? That's the spirit. Have you done it right this time? She looks over and she drops her bag, as it's a naked drawing of Romina. I finally understood my little sister. She begins twirling around the room. I'm so happy, Oni-chan. I just knew you could be the perfect big brother. I'm going to make a new dinner. Just wait there. Could you get me a pencil sharpener first? I want to put the finishing touches on your portrait. Why, of course. As she runs out of the room. He gets the pencil sharpener and at night, he sharpens it so it's really sharp. I gotta do it. I've gotta kill her. I'm gonna stab her and end this. I'm gonna kill her. I'm going to kill her. As he stands waiting by the side of the door. And that's it. That's the end of chapter 12. I did not remember Kazuki ever getting imprisoned. This was a shock to me. I want to talk more about the ending. I'll do it after the side story. I want to talk about the ending literally at the end. So let's just go straight into the side story. The side story, The Mysterious Tale of the Editor. My name is Susumu Sano. I'm a manga artist. But ever since my serialized work was cancelled, I'm more like a freeloader these days. Editors have been turning their noses up at the new series that I've been desperately drawing, with tactful rejections like, this would work better in a seinen magazine. In the real world, things don't usually work out like they do in manga about manga artists. My financial situation was getting bad enough that I was starting to consider finding a new job. That's when, sorry I'm late, a certain editor reached out to me. Rukina. That's the kind of name you expect for a manga heroine or something. Anyway, is she like legit? She begins flipping through her books. Huh? I was deeply impressed with your series, Barokestar Sensei. I just get sucked into reading it every night. The editors who cancelled it in the middle of the story should honestly just die. I mean, look at the third panel in chapter 3 of the first volume. The way the composition shows the protagonist's depth is simply godlike. And I am personally a huge fan of yours, Sensei. Oh well, thank you so much. Sorry, I just get very excited about the stories I like. Anyway, Sensei, I'd love to have you draw something for our magazine. Really? Oh yes, we've already set aside space in an issue. Yes! My luck's finally changing. Great, I'd love to do it. Oh, one more thing, Sensei. We'd like you to draw a character named Yu Arisu. Yu Arisu? Yes, he's a sort of handsome prince character. Based on reader surveys we've conducted via postcards and online, there's a demand for a character like this. And if we introduce him now, he'll reach the widest possible audience. With your art style, Sensei, we think we might just have a hit on our hands. This editor might actually be pretty savvy. Got it. After that, we talked for several hours and it made such an impression on me that I immediately started drawing the storyboards. Several weeks later, the fruits of my labor were ready, and I had a nice stack of storyboards to show. It's a fantasy adventure to fit with the overall direction of your magazine. What do you think? Crap-tard ratter, you call yourself an artist? Huh? Sensei, Shonen Assault already has several adventure stories, so we really don't need another one right now. The character of Yu Arisu is much better suited for a romance. Romance? I've never drawn something like that. You'll be fine, Sensei. You're just nervous because you have yet to get your head around Yu Arisu. Allow me to explain the mental image I have of him. Okay. She grabs notebooks worth of instructions and plants them all on the table. What the? This is all character background for Yu Arisu. I've also written 18 years worth of his diary. Yu's diary? What the hell is she talking about? 18 years? Read these and you'll truly understand the character of Yu. Don't worry, Sensei, I know you can do it. I'll give it a shot. Yu's eyes are cobalt blue. He never goes to the bathroom. His whispers are like an angel's song. His sweat is like dewdrops on rose petals. What the hell is this? Is this some kind of joke? I can't draw a manga from this crap? What the hell is wrong with that editor? I'm not going along with this. This is probably my last shot at drawing manga, and I really need the money. I managed to finish the chapter. Guess I'll check it in with the editor after I eat some dinner. As he walks in, he sees that the editor is already inside his house. Hey! Midorikawa? It's unsafe to leave your door unlocked, Sensei. What if someone stole your precious you? And she starts texting on his phone. That's my phone. What are you doing with it? As he snatches it out of her hand. What do you mean? Everyone knows an artist and his editor share everything. Their fates are intertwined. You can even think of me as your girlfriend if you want to. Whatever you need for your manga, I'm happy to oblige. The hell is wrong with this girl? This is way outside of editorial territory. Just kidding, sensei. I see you finished revising the storyboards. Let's have a look. I knew you could do it, sensei. This is you. You've brought him to life. There's definitely something off about this lady. Well, the materials you gave me were very helpful. As she takes a closer look. Wait. Sensei, in that last scene, why does you die in the arms of the heroine? Well, 'cause he has to. It's only his final moments that you experiences true love. I thought that'd be the best way to convey their love to the readers. She drops the notes and her eyes begin to roll back as she mutters, "You really are a crappy third-rate artist, sensei. My perfect you is eternal. He's got to be smiling forever. Even if there's a girl out there who's suffered every curse the world has to offer, as long as she has Yukon, she'll be able to keep going. And you killed him off? You freaking virgin?" Ugh, I can hear you screaming. It hurts, right? The poor thing, he's in pain. She goes and she reaches for his throat. Sensei, I'm spiking this. Draw it again. You will draw it again, won't you? He hesitates, but says, okay, I'll fix it. Thank you so much. And just like that, I was locked away for 10 days and forced to draw the story. I disagreed with a lot of it, but I decided I didn't care as long as the work was finished. But then several weeks went by without my hearing from that editor. There was no sign of the story getting published in the magazine, so I decided to visit the editorial department to ask. Midorikawa? We don't have an editor by that name. I have never seen these storyboards before. But now that you mention it, there was another artist with a similar story, about a girl who pretended to be an editor from a famous magazine to get an artist to draw her ideal manga, with her ideal characters. I heard when the artist didn't draw it how she wanted, she cut his hand off, so he'd never draw manga again. The story goes that she'd get the information off her next artist from her victim's cell phone, but it's just a rumor. Anyway, Sano-san, about these roughs, they're not right for a sell, but with a little work, see, we've got another magazine aimed at shoujo manga readers. Would you consider serialization there? I immediately accepted the offer. It's been several months since then and the series is doing shockingly well. I'm thinking about buying a motorcycle when the next issue comes out. It was a weird experience, but I have to admit, I'm kinda grateful to Midorikawa-san. While he's inside his apartment, the doorbell rings. Oh, I guess it's time for the meeting with my editor. He opens the door and it's Midorikawa. How dare you ruin my precious you. I'll never forgive you. As she is holding a butcher knife and a taser. Looks like my serialization is gonna be cancelled again. Okay, that side story was cool. It was alright. But let's go ahead and start with chapter 13, the final chapter. This is the final chapter. Rumored Girl. That night when it's raining, Kazuki hears footsteps climbing up the stairs, as he's ready to stab Ramina. As the figure walks into the room, Kazuki stabs him in the neck, repeatedly stabbing her over and over and over again as he screams, "I did it! I killed her! I screwed that girl up! That's what you get for killing my As he turns the body, it turns out to be the woman from outside. You're not... Why? You're making such a racket every day, Oni-chan, that she came to check on you. That hag from next door. Serves her right. This is what happens when you come into our house, you hear? Say, Oni-chan, just now, you went... You're not... Didn't you? Who did you think that old bag really was? Who did you think she was? No. Listen, Ramina, please. Ramina? What are you talking about? My name is Ikari. Why is she calling herself by my sister's name? Ramina, oh yes. I did use that name for a while. What are you saying? You're Ramina, aren't you? That's what it says in the... Before he can finish, he looks up and he starts staring at her smile. No, it can't be. You're not... Ramina? You changed places with her? With the real Ramina? We then get a flashback. Whenever I have an accident, Oni-chan disciplines me. I don't want to eat any more garbage. The murder of the Kanabe family by the eldest son was all you. You killed the real Ramina and took her place. Even the Dr. Tanabe. How many times have you done this? Who are you? What are you talking about? I told you. I'm Hikari. Anyway, Oni-chan, you've made me very, very sad. You just tried to kill me, didn't you? And here I thought you become the perfect big brother at last. As she pulls out a chainsaw. I have no need for an Oni-chan like you. Kazuki gets on his knees and apologizes, repeating the words, I'm sorry, I'm sorry. I'll do whatever you want. I'll be the perfect Oni-chan. Oh look, the bottom of your feet's all dirty. Let Oni-chan lick it clean for you. Come on, we can still get along, right? Right? Oh, well, if you mean it, I suppose I could let you be my special friend. Did you hear that? I've made a new friend. So you and I won't be able to be together anymore. Goodbye, Keiichi. As she rips open the stuffed doll and guts start flying out, revealing that the stuffed animal is named Keiichi Tanabe. And now it's your turn in here. I'll play with you for a long, long time. As she begins revving up the chainsaw and laughing hysterically while Kozaki screams and it fades to black. The next day we get a news report. The bodies of 4 individuals missing for 3 days have been found at the home of I-City resident Koichi Ito. The prime suspect is the family's eldest son, Kazuki. Having committed suicide after killing 3 other people, his motives are not yet. He tormented his poor little sister every night. I knew something like this would happen sooner or later. A weapon thought to be related to the murder of a girls' basketball team member at a nearby high school was found at the house. Police are attempting to connect fingerprints found on the weapon to the daughter Hikari. Is a person of interest in the case, but her whereabouts remain unknown. Police are looking to the public for any information regarding Hikari and/or the other related incidents. He killed my dog Sunny-chan. I'm sure he did the same to his little sister. This was a crime of perversion. Little sister fetish porn was evidently found in the perpetrator's room. What's really to be done about the youth of today? And now our next story. Hey, do you know the urban legend about the demon Lolita? In the middle of the night, a girl wearing a Lolita outfit appears and asks you a question. They say once you answer her, she'll come for you to become your little sister. She chases you around saying, I found my Oni-chan. And in the end, she makes you into her stuffed animal as part of the twisted death she has in store for you. Suddenly, a girl dressed up like the Lolita urban legend walks past them. What? Creepy, stop it. It's true. Was that? Oh, is that so? How nice. Kazuki, tell me, would you have a little sister? And that is the end of the story. That is crazy. I actually didn't know any of that. That is Ibitsu. Now, is it as good as I remember it? I think it's a lot better than I remembered it. I've definitely read a lot better series, but this was a amazing, very short, only 13 chapters, 300 pages, not counting the 2 side stories. For people that don't really like too much gore, too much gruesome stuff, and likes more psychological serial killer kind of mangas, I think Ibitsu is up there with one of the best. I mean, I wish we did explore a little bit more of the psychological tolls that Kazuki was facing, especially with the hallucinations. But I was intrigued from beginning, middle, and the end. Like the ending, I was completely shocked at the way it went about it, and it did the bad ending, and I liked the ending. I liked the plot twist that Ramina the whole time was actually the brother. I just wish that they hinted at it a little bit, or like they showed like signs. But it also made a lot of sense of having that that realism, like abusive mental abuse, physical abuse, leading to heinous crimes. I mean, we see that in real life society, so it does kind of take away from that like message. It's over exaggerated. Obviously not everyone is gonna turn out like that. I did like the reveal because it was like, whoa, it was shocking, but like at the end of the day, that reveal basically took away a really cool and interesting like part of the story that I really liked. The twist of the stuffed animal named after the doctor was also pretty cool. I liked that scene as well. I don't remember if I'm guessing what happened, because a lot of the stuff that was in the ending, or at least like around the ending, was left ambiguous, left for the readers to decide what actually happened, which I like. I like that they do that. One of the biggest mysteries at the ending is that we didn't know what happened to Hikari, but I think it's safe to say that Hikari has become the new Lolita, and that just adds like another like world building of like, were there even more? Has this gone through generations and generations? What did she do to make that happen? We could talk theories, we could talk interpretations, all of that in the comments below. That's what I really like about this series. I feel like going through this series multiple times will never get old. More than a decade, still being talked about, still being theorized, still being suggested. It was very fun. I really liked it. But I want to know, what are your guys' thoughts on Ibitsu? Let me know in the comments below. But thank you guys for watching this video. I hope you guys enjoyed it. But let me know, what do you guys want to name this series of videos? I was going to think Creepcast Manga, but that is definitely copyrighted. I'm definitely not going to do that. But let me know if you guys have any thoughts on that in the comments below. And if you guys want more horror videos like this one, then why not go ahead and hit that subscribe button. But I'll be seeing you guys in the next video.